we are going to discuss these two server-side APIs. Glide user, glide form we discussed, right? Those are client-side APIs. Glide user, glide form we discussed already. Those are client-side APIs. Today we are discussing about a glide record and glide record secure. These are server-side APIs. Okay. Getting my point? This glide record is used to do CRUD operation. CRUD operation. This glide record secure also is used to do the CRUD operations. Okay. Glide record API is used to do the CRUD operations. Glide record secure API is used to do the CRUD operations. Okay. Glide record secure API is used to do the CRUD operations. What are CRUD operations? First of all, you need to understand. C for create. R for read. Read is nothing but querying. D for delete. We have these three CRUD operations: create, read, update, delete. So these are actually CRUD operations. Okay. Getting my point? Glide record API is used to do the CRUD operations. CRUD operations means create, read, update, delete. On any table in the database. Okay. On any table in the database. Getting my point? Glide record API is used to do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. Glide record secure API is used to do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. Both are used for CRUD operations. But there is a slight difference. Okay. Okay. Glide record secure checks the permissions before doing CRUD operations. Before doing CRUD operations, it will check the permissions. Remember this point. Glide record API is used to do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. Glide record secure API is used to do CRUD operations on any table in the database. Glide record secure checks the permission before doing the CRUD operation. Okay. First of all, if you are trying to create a record on the HR case table, first it will check, do you have permission to create the record on the HR case or not? Glide record secure will check the permissions by default. By default, it checks the permission. Okay. Got it right. Glide record by default will not check the permissions. Glide record also will check the permissions, but explicitly you have to check it. Getting my point? See, when you are entering into corporate office, if you have access, it will allow you to go into it. Getting my point? That is actually security. If you don't have permission, it will not allow you to go inside the office. Getting my point? Glide record is like security door. Okay. If you use glide record, it will not check the permissions by default unless and until you want to keep a check. Getting my point? Got it right. Fine. So glide record API is used to do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. And even glide record secure also is used to do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. Glide record secure checks the permission before doing the CRUD operations. First of all, we'll take the finance case table as an example. Finance case table as an example. In the finance case table, I am opening the finance case form. I am opening the finance case form here. This is a new form. So what I am doing here, I am just filling the field values. Okay. I am creating the record. Now what I have done create operation. What I have done, create operation. Okay. Getting my point. After that, I know number. I know the finance case number. If I know the number or if I know the system ID, I can read it from the database. If I know, let us say, if I know your name, I can call you with your name. If I don't know your name, how can I call you? To read it, either I have to use number or we need some specification to read it. If I know the number or if I know the system ID of this particular record, I can read it easily from the database. So I go to the finance cases. Now what I am doing is I am reading using this filter. Number is this one. I'm able to read it. From the database, I'm able to read it. Particularly this particular record, I'm able to read it. So you can call this one as read, you can call this one as query. Okay. So in the database, you are able to create the record. You are able to read the record. So once you read it, you can update that record. I am updating the state to in progress here. I am able to update the record as well. Now I am able to update this record. Now I am updating it to on hold here. Now I have updated this particular record here. Okay. Getting my point? So first of all, you created the record, guys. One thing. After that, you have read that record from the database. You have read the record from the database. Okay. Then you can delete that record from the database. After reading it, you can update it. After reading it, you can delete it. Getting my point? So now what we have done? We have done CRUD operations on finance case table. Same CRUD operations, you can do it on the incident table as well. Okay. So I am creating the incident. Now what I have done? I have done create operation. So you must be aware of the number or system ID of this particular record so that you can read it from the database easily. So I'm going to open the incident list. I'm able to read it from the database. After reading it, I can update it. I'm updating the description from here. After reading it, you can also delete it as well. Okay. Now what I have done? I have done CRUD operations on the incident table. Now you can do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. So you can do the CRUD operations on any table in the database. Same CRUD operations, you have to do it using script. For that, we will use GlideRecord. Okay. Using script. Using script. You are doing CRUD operation manually. Same CRUD operations, if you have to do it using script, you will use GlideRecord. Okay. Getting my point. Firstly, same CRUD operations, I am going to do it using script. Same, I have done CRUD operations on the finance case table using script, right? Same CRUD operations, I am going to do it on the finance case table using script. I am going to do the CRUD operations on the, I am going to do the CRUD operations on the incident table using script. You guys are clear, right? Okay. So I'm going to use the background script, guys. Background script is a server-side script. Background script is a server-side script where you can actually execute the scripts. Execute. You can run, compile. Okay. You can write the glide record using new keyword. New glide record. G capital letter, R capital letter. Okay. In this glide record, you have to mention the table name. And which table you want to do the CRUD operation. So what is our table name? Finance case table name. Super. Okay. This one you will store it in a JavaScript variable where fin case. So this glide record I am storing a finance case table. Guys, this is the declaration of glide record. You have to start with new keyword, G capital letter, R capital letter. You have to use the table name on which you want to do the CRUD operations. First, we will begin with the create operation. We will begin with the create operation. Guys, we have to use this variable name throughout. Okay. In case dot initialize. Dot initialize. Dot initialize will open the form without default values. Default values, do you remember, right? In the dictionary properties, we did discuss about default values. So without default values, it will open. With the default values, if you want to open, you can use new record. New record means it will open with the default values. Okay. So initialize. So here, from here onwards, you have to fill the field values. In case dot set value. So after filling all the field values, you have to submit the form, right? Then you will use fin case dot insert. It will actually create the record. So you are actually in the finance case table. You are opening the form. You are filling the field values using set value. You are creating the record using insert method. Insert means creating the record. So here you have to use field names. Caller field name is u_caller. U_category. U_ subcategory. U_configuration item. U_short description. U_description. U_state. Okay. U_channel. Contact. So in this field, you have to pass values. Caller is a reference field. As it is a reference field, you have to pass a system ID. Caller is a reference field which is referencing users, right? Any one user system ID you have to pass here. Any one user system ID you have to pass here. So I am passing Uday Gadiparthi system ID. Okay. If you pass group system ID, it won't take. As it is referencing user table, you have to pass user system IDs only. Category is a choice field, right? You have to take value. So you have to take choice value. Choice value is this one. Okay, choice label. Left one is label, right one is value. You have to take choice value. You can see on hold is a label, 3 is a value. You have to provide the choice value here. Hmm? Subcategory choice value is Unix. Configuration item, system ID you have to take here. Chart description is a string field, right? You can pass any value here. Description is also a string type field, right? State is actually a choice type. Choice value you have to pass. One means new. Contact type is actually a choice value. So I'm providing here as walk-in. Now I just clicked on run script here. I just clicked on run script here. You can see it has created insert operation on the finance case table. We will see if any record created on the finance case table or not, we will see here. Just now. Okay. This record is created using script. Caller, Uday Gadiparthi. Category software, subcategory Unix. The configuration item is this one. Our description. And contact type as walk-in, state as new. With all these values, I am able to create the record or not? Okay. Test record 2. It has created another record here. Now you can see just now one more record is created. You can see test record has created one more finance case record. Okay, I can do this create operation on any table. So you have to select the table name, those table field values you have to fill, and you have to use insert to create the record. You got it right? What if I want to create the record on the incident table? And the replace okay table incident table. I am now doing the create operation on the incident table. In the incident table, caller field name is caller underscore ID. Category field category. Subcategory field name is subcategory. Configuration item field name is CMDB underscore CA. Short description field name is short underscore description. Description field name is description. State field name is state. Contact type field name is contact type. Contact type choice value we have to take. Choice value here, if you see walk in, walk hyphen in. What are we doing here? We are creating the record. The incident table. Earlier we created the record in the so we created a record in the incident table. We'll go to the incident list and see incident record is created or not. You can see incident record is created. This one. You can see color is this one. Category, subcategory. Okay. Configuration item, short description, channel, state. Getting my point. Likewise, you can fill other field values as well, like impact, urgency, priority, assignment group, assigned to service. Other field values also you can fill. Okay. Same CRAD operations, you can also do it using GlideRecord Secure as well. Same CRAD operations, you can do it using GlideRecord Secure. Now I am using GlideRecord Secure to do the CRAD operation. Okay. It has created the incident record. You can see it has created the incident record. Okay. Using GlideRecord Secure also. Using GlideRecord Secure also, we are able to do the create operation, right? Then the difference is GlideRecord Secure will check Uday Gadiparthi. Now I logged in as Uday Gadiparthi, right? Okay, now I logged in as Uday Kishore Gadiparthi. So Uday Gadiparthi has permission to create the record on the incident table or not, it will check by default. If I have permission, it will allow me to create it. If I don't have permission, it will not allow me to create it. If you use GlideRecord will not check the permission. Even though I don't have permission, GlideRecord will allow you to create the incident record. You can also check it, but you have to specifically write the condition. If NC dot read or can create. So even when I am using GlideRecord, I am checking if I have create permission or not. Explicitly, particularly we are checking it, but GlideRecord check secure by default checks it. Got it right? Hmm? So this is called create operation using GlideRecord secure. Got it right? Yes. Hmm? Okay. Now we will understand read operation. Okay. So we are writing GlideRecord the same way. I am just keeping finance case. U_4 finance case. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am going to do the read operation. Hmm? I want to read all the finance case numbers. All the finance cases. Then fin case dot query. Query will actually query the records from database. I want all the records, all the finance case numbers. So I have to show numbers. There are different numbers, right? More than one numbers, right? If there are more than one numbers, you have to use loops in JavaScript. I'm using while loop here. Okay. While pin case dot next. Okay. Pin case dot next. Hmm? This fin case dot next. I'm actually I'm using to iterate each records. So it will give you true or false. If there are 100 records after query, 100 times it will be true, 101th time it will be false. If there are 200s after query, 200 times it will be true, after 200 times it will be false. So then you will use gs.print in case dot get value. I'm using get value here. U_underscore number. You can see all the finance case numbers I'm able to read it, right? Number, all or short description also I want to read. Okay. So number, short description, description also I want to read. You can see. You can see finance case number, short description, description. Number, short description, description, color value also I want to read. Guys, color is a reference field, right? It will give you system ID. You have to use get display value. You can see number, short description, description, and color. Okay. Number, short description, description, color. Number, short description, description, color. Got my point? You guys are clear, right? Fine. Likewise, you can read user data. You can read any table data. I'm going to read user data. It's underscore user. User name, user email, user first name. There are field names in the table, guys. Last name. I'm able to do the read operation. You can see user name, user email, user first name, last name. Kaja Wali Sheikh is the full name. His email address, his first name, his last name. I'm able to read user data or not. Same you can read it using GlideRecord Secure also. But before it reads, it will check the permission. You understand my point? Okay. Read what I told you. You need to have at least your name. To read the data, at least you should have number or system ID. You should have at least one value to read it, or else it will read all the records. If you don't have any specific number or short description, number or system ID, it will read all the records. Now we are able to read all the users, right? I want to read only Kajawali details. Okay, then what I will do, I'll take the Kajawali email. Let us say I know the Kajawali email. Okay. So I will query only Kajawali details. So in case dot add query is nothing but condition, guys. The email is actually an email field, right? The user table, there is a field called email field. Now if I run this one, it will query only one record. It has read only one record. Getting my point? To read it, you must have at least a specific condition, or else it will read all the records from the database. Okay. You can write multiple add queries. In case dot add active query. Add active query is nothing but is active or not, it will check. So Kajawali definitely is an active member. So here the email should be this one and must be an active user. So if the Kajawali is inactive, it won't be able to read it. Both conditions must be true. This condition must be true. This condition must be true. Okay. His login name should not be empty. In case dot add query user underscore name not is equal to comma empty. So his login name should not be empty. Login name is Vali, right? His login name should not be empty. He must be an active user. His email address must be this one. So these three conditions should match. So same condition will apply here. So email is this one. And okay, active is true. And okay, username. Username means user ID field name is user underscore name. Is not empty. So all the conditions with all these conditions, there is a record. So user ID is Ali. So we are able to read it, right? Same conditions. I wrote it using script. These 3 lines. Hmm? Got it right? Likewise, you can keep the conditions using add query. So instead of writing these 3 lines, I can finish it also in 1 line also. That is called encoded query. In case dot add encoded query. In the encoded query, so you have to right click and copy query here. You build a query, right? On the end of this condition, right click, copy query. Email is equal to Kajawali and active is equal to true, username is not empty. So instead of writing these 3 conditions, you can write one encoded query. You can construct a query here, copy that query and you can paste it. Both are same. You can see it has read the details. You understand, right? That is how, if you don't keep the condition, it will read all the records. If you don't write these add query or add encoded query, it will read all the records. In the user table, it will read all the records. If you specify the condition here, it will see the records based on this condition. Okay. I want to read only 5 records. Which 5 records? Latest created 5 records. Recent created 5 user records. So you have to use fin case dot set limit you have to use. Set limit 5. Fin case dot order by descending order you have to use. Order by descending order based on the created field. Created field name is sys underscore created underscore on. Latest created 5 user records it will read. A survey user Rajeshwari Maunika, Ashish, Anurag. These two are the users that are recently created. I want to read oldest created records. These are the oldest created records. You can see. These are the oldest created records. Yeah, order by itself is a ascending order. So guest use the first created user, oldest created users. These are the oldest created users. Order by descending means latest created records it will put. Hmm? Last fifth created record. Recent fifth created record. Not not recently created first record, recently created fifth record. Getting my point? Then you have to use choose window. In case dot choose window. 4, 5. This will give you the Anurag is the fifth created record. Hmm. Getting my point? So likewise, we can read the data from database. Yes. Okay. See, there is a Excel sheet, guys, in the database. In the Excel sheet also data in the rows and columns format, right? So if I want to filter the driving licenses which are actually applied applied in 2022, 2022, how many driving licenses are applied? I want to read it. I want to filter it out. So similarly, in the user table in 2023, how many user accounts are created? I want to read. I can read it. I can filter it. So you should be good at filtering the data. If you are good at Excel sheet filtering, you will become good at filtering the ServiceNow table data as well. How many of you are good at Excel sheet filtering, guys? See, that is the problem. In our engineering colleges, in degree colleges, they don't even tell about Excel sheet. That is the problem. Excel sheet is very, very important. If you are able to filter the data in the Excel sheet, okay, you will be able to filter the ServiceNow table data easily. You should be good at filtering the data. That is for sure. Getting my point? We have seen today in today's session, we are able to read the data using GlideRecord Secure. We are able to create the records using GlideRecord Secure. Right? And we will also see the update operation and delete operations. Okay. Okay. That update operation and delete operation we'll see in tomorrow session. I think you guys have learned so much today. Did you? You understand the concepts clearly? Today's concept. I think this is sufficient for today. Is your stomach full? Hmm? Server side API. It's a server side API. Okay.
Send means total database we are checking, like not on one browser on one like different browsers will be there.
I didn't understand.
చాలా బ్రౌజర్స్ ఉంటాయి సార్. చాలా బ్రౌజర్స్ కి ఈ డేటా ఉన్నాయి. కానీ సర్వర్ సైడ్ మాత్రం ఏ బ్రౌజర్ లో ఉన్న డేటా మొత్తం చెక్ చేస్తుంది.
Yes. See, server side means dealing with the database. Server side means dealing with the database.
ఒకటే బ్రౌజర్ చెక్ చేస్తుంది.
Yes. Okay. Clear, right? So that is how we will do the create operation and read operation using GlideRecord and GlideRecord secure, guys. In tomorrow session, we'll understand how to do the update operation and delete operation using GlideRecord secure, and we will start discussing about on-chain client scripts again, because this is part of on-chain client scripts. If you don't understand this concept, you won't understand the further concepts. That is why I have told you this one. Okay. Glide user and glide form are client-side APIs. Those can be used in the client scripts, client-side scripts. GlideRecord secure are server-side APIs, right? You have to write it in the server-side script. Server-side script is scripting code. You have to write these APIs in the scripting codes. That I'll tell you in tomorrow session. Okay. Clear, right? Any questions from anyone? Guys? Hmm? Here, can we use for loop is what the question. No. Because it will give you true or false. This line will give you true or false. Okay. So in the for loop, we'll do one thing. One point, this has to fail, right? This has to fail, right? We'll try giving now. We are able to use for loop as well, where I is equal to 0 in case dot next I plus plus. Wherever it fails, it will stop. We are able to use for loop also, right? We'll use the condition also here. I'm reading only inactive users. Yeah, it is doing properly. Instead of using while loop, you can also use for loop also.
While also
Yeah. Yes, Shivpriya. Yes. Yes, you are right. Okay. You are clear, right? Okay. Keep up your good work, guys, and I'll see you there in tomorrow's session. Thank you, everyone.